Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today we are listening to the Bee Gees. Now, this particular performance is from 1967, and you will notice it is a very different sound compared to what we heard from them in the later 70s with the disco era and Saturday Night Fever. I am curious, knowing what we know now, if we'll be able to point out certain characteristics in this performance that might foreshadow what they will sound like a decade later. So here we go.
Over in this far corner, a beautiful song from the Bee Gees.
There's a light, certain kind of light that never shone on me. I want my life to be live with you, live away with you. There's a way. Everybody said to do each and every little thing, but what does it bring if I ain't got you? Ain't got, baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody. To love somebody the way I love you.
This is such a great song. We're gonna go back to the beginning. There's a lot here. So typically, when we think of Barry's voice, sorry, I need to look at pictures just because I don't want to get their names mixed up. Yes, Barry's voice. For me, I shouldn't say we. I associate his sound with a lot of falsetto. So I love going back to these earlier recordings because you get to hear so much more of his full chest voice. But yes, even in this, you can hear that dexterity and that incorporation of both falsetto and also a head dominant mix. So I'm going to try and break that down a smidge.
Over in this far corner, a beautiful song from the Bee Gees.
There's a light.
Right there at the beginning. It's already so light and so gentle, and we're getting a lot of that head voice involved.
A beautiful song from the Bee Gees.
There's a light, certain kind of light that never shone on me.
Now here, that's when we get that nice, powerful chest voice. Let me back it up. I feel like the phrase before that was in a mix. Let me back it up further.
Certain kind of light that never shone on me. I want my life to be live with you.
And then he lightens it again. The other thing, sorry, I'll go back to that phrase. I get really excited because one thing I've always noticed about his vocal production, it almost kind of sounds, or when you're watching him, it just looks so effortless and it's just like he's throwing away the words. But it's really actually a great display of his control over his air pressure because we're not getting this huge splat at the beginning of a phrase. Like we're getting the power throughout the entirety of the phrase. But again, it's just so calm and relaxed in the rest of his body. Let me back it up a smidge.
On me. I want my life to be live with you, live away with you. There's a way. Everybody say.
Right there, you can hear the difference between those two lines. The second one, we get so much more forward placement, that brightness, that head resonance. So you can sort of see how easily he was able to transition into singing in falsetto on a more regular basis.
Live away with you. There's a way. Everybody say.
I'm going to do it one more time for you, just so you can hear. We've got really nice open pharyngeal space on the first phrase, and then it's all just so bright and so forward.
Live away with you. There's a way. Everybody say. the way I love you.
Beautiful. Let me back it up. I think even better than that falsetto sound that we all know and love, their harmonies. Just spot on, so tight, so close, and just so beautiful. They blend well, but we can still hear the distinct voices within those harmonies. So we're gonna listen to that again.
Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. In my parade, I see your face again. I know my friend mine.
When you watch him sing, and I've said this before, you know, when you see sort of an elimination of tension and just really nice relaxed muscles in the face, you can almost guarantee that the singer is just really well supported from their abdomen. They're, you know, taking advantage of those core muscles, and yes, the diaphragm is involved, but just finding that grounding and that support from much lower than your larynx is such a beautiful thing to see. Let me go back to the beginning of this.
In my parade, I see your face again. I know my friend mine. You ain't got to be so glad, and I'm glad, so glad I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? I live and I breathe for you. But what good does it do if I ain't got you? Ain't got you, baby. You know.
I like this slight deviation from, you know, that very steady melodic line. We're getting a little bit more character and soul in this, which is so beautiful to see. His head voice, I think, is so striking in this piece. When it's not, I mean, it's gorgeous in so many different capacities, but we get so much more of that warmer sound here, which I guess I just haven't listened to this piece in a while, so it feels, I don't know. I love it. Let me go back so we can get some of that.
So glad.
Right there. Hold on. Okay.
And I'm glad, so glad I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? I live and I breathe for you. But what good does it do if I ain't got you? Ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you.
That was such a beautiful thing to see as well. He did this the first time. He didn't finish the word somebody, but to make sure that the harmonies were cut off at the same time, Barry just didn't sing the E vowel at the end of that word, and then the other two sang the entirety of the word. Let me go back.
To love somebody, to love somebody the way
Right
I
there,
love.
one more time. It's such a clever thing. I love that it's such a great compromise, I think, is what I like most. We get the harmonies, we get the perfect cutoff that we all love, but he's able to still maintain his artistry and what he wanted to do with the word and the note, and it all just fits like a glove.
To love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. Somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. No, 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 no. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like.
Oh no. The fade out. Man, and then, oh golly, at the end, I don't know if you want to call it an ad lib or exclamation. Here we go.
The way I love you. Somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. No, 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 no. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like.
One of my favorite pastimes when it comes to music is watching a singer's or a group's progression throughout time. And the Bee Gees are such a good example of this. You have to find the perfect balance between staying relevant and also staying true to yourself. Because if you're just trying to follow fads, you know, that can be damaging to your vocals if they don't fit, if they aren't aligned. But also, you know, if a certain genre doesn't speak to you, if you don't want to be singing that music, you're not going to have the same kind of success that you would singing the music you love. And so, and obviously the Bee Gees are not the only artists that have done this, but they're a beautiful example of it because they had this really gorgeous signature sound early on, but they took their talents, they took their skills and found a way to make them even more relevant in a decade later, you know, like to just constantly be making music, new music and bringing it to life. And I don't feel that they changed their voices in any way. They just utilized different parts of their voices, you know, different types of vocal production. And I think that's just, it's so brilliant. And yeah, that's it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.